Hello, ladies and gentlemen, we have with us Jaideep Singh. I have lots to tell about him, but before we go ahead with that, hello sir.
Hi Saahil.
So sir, after a lot of planning, finally I got a date with you. So I just want to know, how does it feel to be at this stage where you are in such a busy life and not giving time to us youngsters? Why?
No, certainly not. That's not the case. As you know, my life revolves around students. My life revolves around youngsters and parents. I have to travel a lot. I do travel a lot, and that's only for work, not for traveling. And it's amazing that we are sitting, we are talking, and we have a lot to share. I have a lot to learn from you guys, because as I always tell my students, there's so much to learn for you guys from us, and then again there's so much to learn from you guys, because you guys take us back to the time we have spent as youngsters, and you guys take us back where we touch base with our ourselves. Yeah, right.
Talking about so many things is, you give a lot of acting classes to kids, especially kids. Lot of parents are pushing their kids for a lot of drama classes, dance classes, so many classes, tuition, this, that. Do you feel acting classes should also be made a part of it?
I would rather want it to be added to the curriculum, because I think I've told you earlier also, I travel all over India.
Right.
I travel to different schools where we work on theatrics in education, how theatrics helps students to grow as good human beings in life, or even how theatrics helps teachers to be better teachers, So I think it plays a very important role. It should be added in the curriculum for everyone. Yeah.
So if theatre does involve a lot of practice, and what I have observed, especially in our general lives, we are not expressive. Especially me, I'm not expressive at all, apart from when I'm in front of the camera. But do you think if we train kids from a tender age, when they grow up, they'll be more expressive? If they are angry, they'll be properly angry, and if they are happy, they'll be properly happy.
See, what happens, I always keep telling this to parents also, I share this with the students also. We cannot train them to be expressive. It comes very, very natural, right. But surely it helps one person to tap their own emotions. Right? With the stressful life we guys have these days, most of the kids, right, they have two expressions. One is anger,
right,
if they don't get what they want. Another one is, they cry. Either they are angry or they are crying. Most of them. There are still few kids who have their parents giving them a lot of time, or who have grandparents giving them a lot of time. They still have, a different side to see when it comes to life and emotions, right? But then yes, most of the kids.
And so what is your take on acting and modeling as a career option, especially for people right now in the era of social media? Everybody is a model, everybody has a camera, everybody is everything. So is it actually a career path to follow right now, or is it just an hobby?
See, if somebody wants to make acting or modeling as a career, see, modeling, as everyone knows, it's a very short-lived,
right.
It's a very short-lived career. But then again, if we talk about, let's talk about acting and modeling both. If you don't give your 100%, if you are not deep into it, if you are not breathing, sleeping, eating, living as an actor, and while I say this, I don't mean a character, but then you have to be in that zone. You cannot think that, okay, fine, one fine day you think like becoming an actor. This has happened to a couple of people, but then they have taken it ahead on a different level. They have given their best, right? So acting, one needs to be into it 24/7. Like in Hindi we say sadhana hai, sangeet agar sadhana hai, to acting bhi, sadhana hai.
Sadhana hai.
Yeah.
Bilkul, that's right. So this wonderful venue, is it partly owned by you?
This is owned by my very dear friend Sarika Agarwal.
Okay.
While she was conceiving this idea, she had this idea. She wanted to, make this place into a cafe. And then two creative minds, we sat together. So the cafe is on the ground floor, and first floor we have our studio.
Okay.
So it's cafe studio. That's how we call it, cafe studio.
Wow. So what's there in the studio? Like there where you give your classes?
Yes. So on the first floor, we have theatre classes. We started with theatre classes, but to give more to the kids, after the theatre classes, we have started kickboxing classes.
Nice.
We keep doing workshops. We also have exhibitions on the first floor. We do have stand-up comedy sessions. We would also want you to have your Alfaze sessions there.
Poetry open mics.
Poetry open mics. And besides that, we also have a lot of plans. We're coming up with dance so much.
So should we have a look at the studio now?
Sure, let's go up. Let's
go
have
up.
a look, yeah.
So this is the studio space you're talking about, and it's beautiful.
Thank you
very
so much.
spacious.
Thank you so much.
So how long have you been teaching acting to kids?
Okay, so this has been 10 years now, right? And
Okay, that's long.
It's long, and I started teaching dances since 16 years, and then slowly I got into acting. I got trained under Mr. Dinesh Gupta in Calcutta. He was a famous director, and then I got trained under Mr. Anupam Kher in Bombay at Actor Prepares. And then I decided that I want to teach also. I always had this thing in me. I always wanted to be a teacher. But yeah, I always wanted to be a teacher who understand kids, understand students from their point of view. And I somehow think I have been able to.
So when you were a kid, you somehow felt that your teacher is not understanding you the way you want.
I was lucky enough to have wonderful teachers who shaped me.
Okay, but still, right now are you proud of yourself where you are today?
I am proud of myself because people are proud of me, you know. When I see my teachers, first of all, my mother is my first teacher.
Okay.
You know, for all of us, you know, our mothers are the first teachers. But if I actually tell you, it was mummy who made sure that I, you know, move ahead. I go ahead with what I always wanted to do.
Right.
My teachers, like, you know, Mrs. Shaliza Pandey, she was my Hindi teacher. My English teacher, Mrs. Kia Mukherjee. A lot of other teachers who made sure that I, you know, my dance teacher, Mrs. Vani Bhattacharya. You know, they made sure that, you know, I learn from them and I take it ahead. And today when I see the parents, when they come up to me after every show, you know, when they come up to me, when my kids look up to me, when guests come and say that, you know, it's beautiful. Like from a legend like Mrs. Sharbala Tagore, you know, when she talks, when she has to talk so much about you, when she speaks about you on stage, and I wouldn't want to take the name of the, you know, director she spoke about, because I think it'll take me a lifetime to even think that I would reach at that level. But that just made me feel so special. That made me so positive. That gave me a positive push. So, you know, so it's a beautiful thing. And the most important person, I would say, who gave me a leap in my life, you know, that was leap of faith, and that was the Dean of Anupam Kher's Academy, Mr. Yashraj Jadhav. That's our cafe studio food, which is amazing, and it keeps us. Come Abhijit, thank you so much. He's Abhijit, and he's the one who heads everything when it comes to you know, serving people and stuff. So have a sandwich and tell us how is it. How does it taste?
Sure, I will. Thank you so much, sir. Okay, sir, so that was a wonderful meal we had.
Yes.
And the food is great. So talking about the classes, I spoke to your student and they're very happy with you. So, but you have been to Bombay, you've seen the life there. It's tough. So would you recommend everybody like who are not emotionally strong as well to go there and try out?
I would only say this much, that if they know that they really want to pursue their dreams, they should go to Bombay. But before going to Bombay, they should actually know how much they can put in, and they should also, you know, make sure that they have that potential, because I've seen a lot of people, they just want to go to Bombay.
Right.
They just want to go to Bombay. They think that just going to Bombay is going to make everything possible. That's certainly not the case, because every day there are like lakhs and lakhs of people who come to the MAYANAGRI, we call, and they think that they can make a mark there. A lot of them make a mark. A lot of them go and start doing other jobs to survive there and end up coming back without doing anything. But then again, there are so many who have, reached, or rather I would say who are a part of the journey they always wanted to, be of. So yeah.
So, so being in Bombay, you must have had many funny incidents as well. Can we have some of them?
Funny incidents. Yeah. So we had somebody from Patna who was our classmate, and as I told you, I am from Anupam Kher's academy. So we were very young then, and we had no idea how things work out and how things roll. And we went for an audition. We were sent by the academy, and this guy was very short-tempered.
Okay.
Since I speak a lot of languages, I used to talk to him in Bhojpuri. Right. So he went ahead and he gave the audition, and the guy told him that you don't fit the role. And he took an offense, my classmate. He took an offense, and he, in his own sweet language, I mean, it wasn't sweet at all. He was like, "Marem dugo jhapad na bhul jai bas. Hamra ke bola tada na kar sakta nahi, ha? Tu hamra ke bolba fit na bani. Beta, ka bola tada tu?" And I was like, what is happening here, God? And I'm telling my friend, I was like, dude, this is how it works, relax. And he was like, you shut up, don't say a word. You're my friend or his friend. And I was like, okay, cool, fine.
I'm your friend.
So yeah, that was one of the funniest, incidents which could ever happen, because that casting director also, he got scared, because I'm sure nobody has reacted the way this friend of mine reacted. Yeah.
And has casting couch incidents, are they real, and does it happen?
See, I'm no one to comment on it. There is a lot of reality. It is real. A lot of people have faced it. A lot of people have stood against it. By God's grace, I did not meet anybody of that sort. Happened once when I was called very late for an audition. And my roommate already had gone for that audition, and he knew what is it all about. But just to make sure that I also have a story to say later on, he knew that I would just come back without even having a conversation, and that's what I did. I said, see here, I'm here to work, right? And if you think that this is how I'm going to get to work, I'm extremely sorry. I would rather go back. So I think it has gone down now, because with social media, and also I think people have also understood that it's only good work which will get you good work. It's besides no contacts, nothing, because what will a contact do? A film or a serial or something which will not even people notice, if you're not up to the mark, right? It's your hard work, it's your determination, it's your sheer talent which will take you to places.
Definitely so. 3 things about yourself which you would like to change, or you feel these are my 3 devils which I have. Maybe it can be cell phone addiction or smoking, suppose, or anything like that. Which is
I'm a Sardar. I don't smoke. That's one thing. Secondly, talking about 3 things you said, right?
Yeah.
One is I don't eat on time. I should be eating on time. I so get into my work that I forget. There are people behind my life who are like, "Khana kha lo," and I'm like, "I will," and then that "I will" never comes. Secondly, it is about I think I given too much to the projects I do.
Okay.
And what happens after the project gets over is that there's a vacuum which actually shakes me for a good time, where I am not being able to relate between the present and what has happened 3 days back. So that vacuum, it hits me, which I think I need to work on. Like every year after my academy's annual concert, there's all of a sudden there's nothing to do. though I get a lot of calls and praises and newspaper में बातें आती हैं, लोग तारीफें करते हैं, all that is good. But then I think that okay, fine, is this the end? I mean, is this the end? I mean, what am I doing after this? So that is one thing, and I also think the third thing would be it's a plus point. I think that I take a lot of time to get to know the character. I just can't do things like that. So you know, so recently I did a web film, and it was with one of the most looked upon directors of our Bengali cinema, and it was a treat to work with him, and it was actually how you know, I prepare myself for a role. It is I'm playing a major in the film, and you know, it's an important role. It's not a big role,
but you've taken your time to prepare yourself for the role.
Yes.
And so if like abhi you become this character, tomorrow we are doing that, you're not much.
So I have done that. I've done that also, but then you know, to get the best of the results.
Ending off in a very simple note, because I have been admiring you a lot, especially the way of the approach towards your work, and you've been doing a lot of modeling, and you also do personality grooming, I suppose.
Yes.
3 tips for all the men around here.
Okay.
3 tips which you think everybody should know. At least these 3 things should be followed whenever you walk out of your house.
Don't blindly follow the trends.
Okay.
Because if you think the trend which is you know, being followed by everyone, that doesn't mean that it'll suit you too. Like, you know, create an individual appearance. You know, you should look different from the crowd. Smell good. Don't overdo.
Yeah.
Don't overdo your dress or your hairstyle or however it is.
So I'm not overdone, sir.
Super.
Okay.
Yeah. So these are the 3 things. You know, A, be yourself.
Okay.
A, just be yourself. B, smell good. Don't dress up too much. C, be aware of your being. Because if you're aware of your being, you will actually understand what all you can carry, what all, you know, suits you, and you know, yeah. So these 3 things.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Saahil.
Thank you so much.
It was wonderful having you here at Cafe Studio and Applaud Theatre Classes, and we are glad that you came here, and I'm glad it was a wonderful day. Thank you to your team. Right, thank you so much.
And thank you so much for the Cafe Studio and the Applaud Theatre Classes. And I hope after this maybe I get a lot of references of acting. Okay, so I've showed my talent, which is nothing today, but I hope this source works out.
You are a talented guy, and you know that. You are a talented guy, and you know that. I've seen you performing on stage, and it's wonderful seeing you, you know, taking steps one by one. You're moving ahead. I keep following you because you're doing a good work. And as I said, it's always nice to see youngsters working hard. And you know, it is amazing to see the determination